are what Google says about you. That's how it is in the world of today. And people who don't know you, you are your Google results. So you better know what your Google results are, and you better work hard to make sure they communicate who you want people to know you are. Otherwise, they're going to form opinions about your brand that you may not be able to get away from.
You've Googled yourself, right?
A few times.
Okay. You know you have, probably more than that.
Yeah.
And when you Google your name, what do you come up with?
Well, it depends whether I Google Christine Whittemore or CB Whittemore.
Okay.
CB Whittemore brings up a whole lot of the blog, so that's great. That's just reinforcement that I'm doing the right stuff and I've got good Google juice there. Now, when I do Christine Whittemore, it's a little different because there's an equestrian named Christine Whittemore. I have a feeling she's a lot younger too.
Wait, we need a little bit.
Walk, please, foot, please. Then there's also another Christine Whittemore who writes poetry.
Oh.
And I believe it's of the, perhaps not quite lewd poetry, but not exactly the poetry that I spent all my time reading. So it's fun. How about you, Ann? I'm sure you've Googled yourself too.
I have. As a matter of fact, there's a senator in Connecticut whose name is Mary Ann Handley, and she's about like 95 or something. So, David, have you ever Googled yourself?
I Google myself daily, as many times as I can.
You know, if you do it too much, you can go blind. I just want you to know
I've heard that's just a myth.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So what do you find? What's the most interesting thing you found?
When I Google myself,
Yeah.
the most interesting thing that I find, I'm amazed at how much time I could spend just thinking about myself, and because I could kill hours Googling myself. I couldn't even begin to tell you where. I mean, most people go to page 1 or 2. I go to page 385.
Yeah, because you're just hoping for some little shred.
I just don't want to miss anything about myself. Sometimes I find out things I don't even know about myself. Hobbies or interests that I didn't know I had. I'm a really interesting person on Google. What?
That's fabulous.
What?
That was the best one yet.
Every interview?
That was by far the best.
It's my fly. Okay.
I love that. Make sure you include the end of it. What? What?
Yes.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
Yes, all the time. It sounds kind of strange when you say that, doesn't it?
And what have you found?
Well, it's interesting. When I first started Googling myself, boy, that really sounds bad. There are a number of other Christiers out there.
Yes, I know.
Right? There was originally a Christier who was on the Netscape team. So forever, when I went to Google Christier, he would always come up first. And to add insult to injury, I think he also owns Yay.com and YayFamily.com. And I really wanted those, couldn't get them. But thanks to many long years of blogging and articles and things like that, now when people go to love with Christier, it's this Christier that comes up on top.
That's awesome.
Now that's not necessarily a good thing because a lot of people just think that I'm the same Christier as everyone else. There's actually 3 of us in Silicon Valley, and I actually had dinner with one of the other Christiers a couple of months ago with his family. So we try to hang out now and then. All the Christiers got to stick together. But what we joke about is, the key here is, since we have multiple Christiers with similar backgrounds, if you ever need to blame it on someone else, you say, oh, it's the other Christier.
Blame it on Christier.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Or form some sort of society support group /
Well, that's why we get together, because it's a difficult and lonely burden to Christier.
That's great. That's really great.
Thanks.
Marty, have you ever Googled yourself?
Of course I have.
And
It's an interesting experience because my initials are RD, and I get lots of hits from Sims Road. And so, yeah, there's not a whole lot of RD Sims out there.
Right, that's not a very interesting story though, is it?
It's not that interesting.
No, I know.
No.
Did you ever come up with anybody that has an interesting profile? That's a little bit, I don't know.
A little bit different? Well, yeah, I mean, oddly enough, my name is spelled such that there's only a few people in the country who spell it like that. And I've found some people who is actually a photographer whose last name is Sims as well, and that's why I'm a mess. And I've actually been following his photography career now for the last couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he know about you as well?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you feel pathetic in that at all? Or
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit. Well, it's more pathetic that I just go and I actually look myself up more than once. As if somehow my presence has been, yes, there's some company or organization out there putting me out there. to be searched. I think I'm probably the only one who does search for myself.
Yeah. So have you ever searched on Google Images for Jack Black and you come up? Have you ever done that?
No, I haven't. I don't know. I don't know if there's any images of me that are viewable online.
Right. Okay.
But,
there will be now.
There will be now. All right. Well, I'm sure if Jack needs a stunt double, then I'd be happy to fill in for him whenever he needs it. Yeah.
Hi, Matt. You are one in a series of people who were posing the question, have you ever Googled yourself and what surprising results you might have found?
I Google myself quite often just to see where I am in the results, and I own Matt Dickman. So if there are any other Matt Dickmans coming, except for a poet in Austin, Texas. Some kid in Austin, Texas is a poet, and he's like number 5 on the list. So I'm working to bump him back down.
And what are you doing to bump him out of the list?
Blogging. Blogging does it. Blogging, Flickr, YouTube, it all feeds into Google.
That is fabulous.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
I have.
And?
Well, besides the job that was 10 years old, there was a weightlifter named Mike Menser, and he always comes up. Oh, well, I get my dad. My dad comes up, and then Mike Menser always comes up because he was a steroid-ridden weightlifter. He's apparently Mr. Olympia right before Schwarzenegger. So.
Really?
Yeah. But other than that, nothing with Chris Menser or Christopher Menser. No. So I've never Googled myself. I made that all up.
None.
You have none.
I have none. I do a Google myself, and I'm the only person. Now my
That's the ultimate.
How do you pronounce your name?
Adnan Rajia.
Uh-huh.
Now my wife has an interesting one because her last name is Folds. We lived in North Carolina for a few years, and Ben Folds was from where we lived, and so we had a couple phones at the house, and one of the phones was under her name, B. Folds. People were constantly calling, "Hi, is Ben Folds there?" And I'm sure they were just Googling us and doing a switchboard thing and finding her.
So I'm here with Scott Barnett. Scott, have you ever Googled yourself?
I have. It was about a year ago.
A year ago.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it's been a while. A dentist had a domain, had the name sort of locked up, and I tried to move it before that, and I couldn't seem to make any movement, so I just let it lie. I decided anyone who wants to find me, they know how to do it.
Right, exactly. And you're not a dentist.
And I am not a dentist. Somehow dentists have the best SEO. I have no idea why.
Really, why is that? That's interesting.
Secret skills.